So the court entries that come after the arrest, sometimes if they went to court or if it attached correctly, will look like this. It'll show you what the court charged them with, which again can be different from what they're arrested for. It'll tell you the type, so felony, misdemeanor, whatever. The offense date, the docket number, the disposition, so guilty, dismissed, what have you. And then if they are sentenced, it'll show the sentencing. So all this information from the court is submitted electronically from CJIS, the Colorado Integrated Criminal Justice Information System, or it's manually entered by us. If it's manually entered, it's either because we came across a docket and realized that, okay, we need to update this on our own, or someone sent us paperwork. If it's put on there from the CJIS, it's because they were able to match it with the docket, date of arrest, and arrest number. Denver general sessions do not post. So, and I believe those are just like their basic misdemeanor cases. Those don't post. Denver is Denver, and they're kind of their own little entity, and they don't want to do anything like the rest of us. So they get their own special, unfortunately. And again, charges from the courts do not necessarily match what they are arrested for. And it doesn't change. We get a lot of people say, well, you know, I pled to a misdemeanor, I only did this. Well, if you're arrested for it, we are records of arrest, so it will stay. CJIS, and that's that big Colorado Integrated blah, blah, blah. We call it CJIS to be a little bit easier on the tongue. They've been posting electronically, like I said, like 98% since 2000. Before that, they're starting to work on it, but they're not automatic. So anything before 2000, possibly we would need the person to fax us the final disposition, because more than likely it will not be on there. And I think county court cases, so the misdemeanors, they've only been doing since 2009. So if it was a misdemeanor case and it was dismissed and it was prior to 2009, we probably do not reflect that. And it was, the match rate was 90% almost as of June of last year. Again, come April, we kind of anticipate it to be nowhere near that because of the agencies typing in the wrong dockets or the incorrect format and us not being able to catch it. We anticipate the match rate going down drastically. And again, I don't know how we're going to safeguard. Hopefully we'll come up with a way to kind of monitor that, but if not, it'll be up to the individual to get us their disposition information. That's what a custody entry will look like. That'll only be on the record if they were sentenced to anything that has to do with the Department of Corrections. And it will show what they were sent there for, how long, and it'll be under the court tab, or whatever you want to call that little. And that's what a full rap sheet will look like. So it's kind of small. But it'll show their name, the cycle, the arrest will be listed first, and then if the court attached, that will be listed. And then the custody will be listed as a second cycle, even though it's not a second arrest. Sex offender information will show up on the rap sheet, and it will look right underneath all of the scars, marks, tattoo section. You'll see that asterisk, registered sex offender. There may not be anything else on the record. It may not even have a sex offender charge on there. We may not have ever received the arrest. They could be from out of state. If they're a juvenile, the rest of the record is not public version, but state law requires the public to be able to know that the juvenile is registered as a sex offender. So you could have no record found, but it will come up with his name and just registered sex offender.